final project, I did The Book Thief. So, the author of The Book Thief is Marcus, and he was born on June 23rd, 1975. He's from Sydney, Australia, and his most famous book that he wrote is Book Thief. So for the brief summary of the Book Thief, it is narrated by Death, and the Book Thief story is the story of a 9-year-old Liesel, who's a German girl who given up on her mother to live with Hans and Rosa Huberman in the small town of Mulching in 1939. She realized that her dad was got killed for being a communist and that her mother was likely to killed by Nazis for the same crime. She is seen stealing a book from the burning by the mayor's wife, who later invites Liesel to read in her library. She constantly steals books so she can learn how to read and write from Hans Huberman. Also, she meets a friend who is Max, and he's Jewish, and then Liesel and Max becomes close friends. And Max writes Liesel 2 stories about their friendship, both of which are produced in novel. There are constant deaths throughout the story. However, Liesel never gives up on her belief what is right and what is wrong in the society, and then she kept enforcing her beliefs in the world. Liesel writes the story of her life in Huberman's basement, where she miraculously survived an air raid that kills Hans, Rosa, Rudy, and everyone else on the block. Liesel survives the worst, as does Max. She goes on to her life a long life and dies at an old age. Preconceived notion that I had was the story was a World War II setting, and then Germany was under the Nazis' power, and then there was some unfair treatment for Jewish people, and then German civilians were faced a shortage of foods, and then books that were written by Jews were getting burnt because Nazis were over controlling the Jewish rights. The theme of the story is the kindness and cruelty of humans are created within ourselves. Nazis are hurting innocent Jews in Germany. This is the example of the cruelty of humans. Human creates the evil in ourselves and then hurting each other. During the wartime, people helped out to support each other. This shows the kindness of humans are created within ourselves. Liesel kept helping other people. Hans helped Liesel by fasting her during the war period and then taking care of Max. Through the hunger, countless amount of deaths and immorality, people still have faith and beliefs deep in their mouth. Wars are created by the cruelty of humans, but hopes are created by the kindness of humans. For the connection of the title, Liesel was unable to read or write. She wants to be able to read and write, so Hans Huberman, her foster father, started to teach her how to read and write. Books are in shortly supply, so he teaches her to read and write from the books that she has stolen. Liesel then steals books from the book burning by the Nazis and from the mayor's house. For the character development, I'm gonna talk about the Liesel. Liesel is one of the main characters in the story. When we learned about her earlier life, readers know that she understands the pain of loss. Liesel lost her dad and her brother and mother. She lost her dad because he was being communist. She lost her brother because he got killed from the Nazis. And then she lost her mother because her mother could not take care of her. As she started to live with her foster family Hubermans, she has hard time trusting or allowing herself out to others. As she grows up, she's more open to her foster family and realizes that most everyone in her life has experienced a loss of pain. Even though she was a child, Liesel created the moral system for herself than following the social norms. She has stronger sense of guilt and idea of justice. At the end, she becomes a powerful, young, and thoughtful lady. Through the character development, you can easily tell that there are kindness and cruelty of the society that were created by the humans. Cruelty shows by the Liesel being not able to trust her foster family in the very beginning, but the kindness shows that she has a special friendship with Max and then started to open up to her foster family, Hansen, Rosa. There are several conflicts that were shown in the book Thief. First of all, it's person versus self. After Liza losing her family in the lead up to World War II, Liza must find her identity as she helps her foster family hide a Jew from Nazis. Also, she deals with the hardship of war and lost her family and the beliefs of morality. Second example of the conflict is person versus society. During the World War II, Jews were treated very poorly. When Hans tried to help out an old man during the march, he and an old man ended up getting whipped. This shows that how society is very brutal during World War II. For the setting, the time period is primarily World War II and then places German town of Mulching. Constant shortage of food keeps showing up as a setting, which shows that cruelty of human is created by the Nazis who were controlling other people's life and then which caused the shortage of food. All of Jewish people are gone and their stores, houses, and neighbors had been burnt, and it's very gloomy overall, but there are still hopes in some way. Finally, I'd like to talk about the conclusion. As we can see, people are the one who controls the kindness and the cruelty of the war. During the World War II, German civilians were starved and faced numerous deaths. There were unfair accusations to Jews because of their blood. This shows that how people can be so cruel and make the world very gloomy and dark. However, despite the sadness, there are still people with hopes and beliefs who are willing to do right things. I have some preconceived notions about the culture where Jews were treated unfairly and Germans faced the extreme shortage of food. Also, books that were written by Jews were burnt by the Nazis, which made illegal to steal books. The theme of the kindness and cruelty of humans are created within ourselves could be proven by the title, character development, conflicts, and the setting of the book. Thank you.